Hello and welcome
Morning,
to PS2
Christmas.
Classics.
How do you
In this
feel?
installment, we're taking a look at
Good morning,
Xenosaga
Shia.
Episode 1, Der
All
Wille
systems are
zur
normal.
Macht, which
Yes?
is
How
in
about
German for
introducing
the will
yourself?
to power.
I
This
am an anti-gnosis
is
humanoid
an
fighting
incredibly
system.
talky
Serial
game,
number
so I've booted right into the game, after about a 10-minute introduction
001.
sequence, and
Development name, K
otherwise I'd be able to show you no
abbreviated
gameplay.
name, Cosmos. As I am currently configured for simulated battle, my output is limited to 22% of its normal capacity. My estimated weapons specifications are...
All right, that's good enough. Thanks.
You are welcome.
All I have for you today are the usual startup tests. Sorry to wake you up just for that. You'll have to go back to sleep once everything's checked out.
I see.
Do you feel sad or anything?
A predetermined set of emotions has been hard-coded into my emotion module to better facilitate interactions with humans. In order to better facilitate a relationship with you, Chief Engineer Shion Uzuki of the Cosmos Project, Vector Industries' first R&D division, I will emit an expression such as sadness only when that response is deemed necessary. However, the emotion module of my program has determined that this is not necessary at this time.
I guess you're right. I, of all people, should know that.
Your understanding is appreciated.
But
I
you know,
like
Cosmos,
sci-fi, I'll say that
I've
right
got
now.
Mixed
but-
feelings about all this.
Certain aspects of this game just really, I don't
Of
know.
course, I'm happy that you're awake.
A lot of the characters
But
are
the fact that you go
definitely
back to
anime
sleep makes me a
archetypes
bit
and
Sad.
just anime
On
archetypes,
the other hand, the next time
and they
you
don't really
wake up,
stand out
it may be a
against
time
most
of
other
much
characters.
bloodshed. So deep down inside, I hope that day never comes. Understand?
The
It's easy to
algorithms
see
I
why
have
this
been
game was
programmed
super
with
popular
do
in
not support
Japan,
the
but really
comprehension
not
of
so much in North
illogical human
America.
thought.
Well, I hope you'll be able to understand someday.
I will do my best.
All right, Cosmos, shall we get started? Alan, let's pick up from process 277 where we last left off.
Roger. Placing target drones in the encephalon.
Originally
Drones
announced
set
in
to
late
random
2000,
movement
this
and
game
ambush.
came out in 2003, making it have
How
one
about
of
a
the
test run before the
longest
mission, Chief?
development cycles for the early
Sure,
PS2
let's do that.
era.
Did you get that, Cosmos?
Affirmative.
It was mostly because this game is incredibly talky. Like, even going in showing you what I've shown you here, this game had like a 10-minute introduction sequence that doesn't tell you anything about how to actually play the game. Okay, let's get into actual combat. Now, what's interesting about Xenosaga here is that the controls are that of a Japanese PS2 game and not the North American one. You can confirm selections by pressing the circle button, and you cancel them with the X button, which is backwards to 99% of PS2 North American games. It doesn't matter, it's just interesting that they didn't change it. Xenosaga Episode 1 is the first episode of a trilogy. All three games were eventually released in North America, but trying to find the second and third ones is a little bit different, or a little bit more difficult depending on what it is that you're looking for, or depending on where you look, I should say.
Open ether circuit.
The game is somewhat interesting in its battle system in that you command things by pressing one of the various buttons on the controller. So if you want to do an attack, you press the square button, for instance. So let's do the firecracker by pressing the triangle button. And then spin. For the PS2, this game has, really quite an extravagant look to it. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, forget cancel is the wrong button.
My external appearance is down 5%. Xion, I need to be clean.
I've had this game for, I don't know, several years now, but I've never really gotten all that far into it. And there's a lot of content here.
Processes to 300 cleared.
Chief, the data transfer is going smoothly. The A-line protocol is
Namco
looking good.
spent a long time
Sure
developing
is.
this.
The response levels are really good.
If we can maintain these levels, we'll have some great results soon.
Yeah.
Chief?
Hey, Alan. Let's skip all 300 level processes and start from 400.
Huh? 400? Chief, but that's...
I feel pretty confident this time.
But, Chief... Remember what happened last time? Had we waited 10 more seconds to intervene, we wouldn't have been able to get you back at all. Can't we at least test it out in objective mode?
You know we can't get precise data that way. I'll be fine. If something happens, I'll get myself out. Besides, you want to test it out as well, don't you? We spent all night building the native A-line protocol.
Well, yeah, but...
That settles it. Let's get started.
One thing that's kind of
All right,
annoying
then.
is the
If
subtitles,
anything happens, I'm gonna shut it down
or
from
the
here.
text
So don't
during the
press your
cutscenes.
luck.
All
You
right,
can't
all right.
disable it.
And
It's
don't
always
deviate
on.
from the program.
Okay, Mom.
Jeez, this is so typical of her. Will she ever stop to think about the hell I go through for her?
You know, sir, the way you worry about Chief Uzuki all the time. I'm surprised you haven't keeled over already.
Hey, that's enough. Is the 400 level program ready to go?
We're ready to go anytime.
Then start up the program. I want detailed reports from every monitoring station. Any abnormalities, and I'm shutting down immediately.
As would be expected for a game like this, the voice acting cast for the North American English version tends to be somewhat on the lackluster side. This would be definitely a case where the Japanese version would have much better voice acting. Overall, the game is, I don't know, somewhat clunky.
Your orders, Xion?
With the progress of time, various aspects of the trilogy would get better, and such as the battle systems, and make it less clunky. It's kind of neat that you can do 2 moves per turn per character.
My external appearance is down 5%. Xion, I need to be clean.
The 2 sequels to follow it are definitely better, but they are direct storyline sequels, so in order to play them, you really should have a grasp of what's going on in the first game. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Let's go.